So the next thing in LINQ that I'll be talking about is sorting. We have ordering operators that allow us to order a sequence of objects by one or more criteria. So we have ordering operators, and these are order by descending, then by descending, and reverse. It's important to mention that the execution is deferred until the code requests an item from a resulting sequence. So until we actually start looping through, either through the LINQ or whatnot, but it's not going to be executed. So sorting is done through, we have to return a list, so we can return IEnumerable of customer. So we're actually returning IEnumeration of customer, and we have to send the list in here, the one that we want to filter, the one that we want to sort. So the list is going in, IEnumerable is coming out, and we can name it sort customers by ID. So then what we can do is we can say result, and we say take our list customers, order by, and then we wanted to send in our individual customer object, and for each one we want to filter by customer ID. So this basically says return where customer equal customer ID. So I created a test in which I want to ensure that my first result after sorting is Baggins Bilbo, and I'm going to go ahead and run all tests. If I actually make this a test method, then I can see that the test failed, and it failed because we're only sorting by last name. Both last names are the same, and it will typically show the one that's first in a list. So it's actually putting Frodo at the first one. So we also need to sort this by the first name, and we use then by there, and then we use again the lambda expression to pass in first name. So now we are sorting by customer ID. So I should be sorting by last name, not the customer ID, to begin with. So now we should be getting, since we're sorting by last name and the first name, this actually should be correct, 2 and a Baggins Bilbo. And it passes. To reverse the order, we can use order by descending and then by descending. So now it's going to be opposite. It's going to be starting from the highest in alphabet down. So to test this, we are comparing the ID of the last item that should be in the list, GEMG SEM wise. So we should run all these tests and they should pass. So all 5 are passing. Also, another way to do this is we can call this one right here our sort customers by ID regular sort, and we can reverse the order. Send the customers list and just say reverse, and then return. So this should work the same way. So if we test, our reverse order test should pass as well, and it does. And then a very interesting way that to mention here is when we are sorting, and some of the values have a null. So by default, the nulls, all of the nulls that we are sorting by, so that will be showing first. But what if you actually want to sort the items that are not null, like normal items first, and then the regular nulls? So I'll create another method here. So in order to do this, we would order by descending, but we will filter on customer type ID that has value. And then by customer ID. And this would actually put our nulls at the end of the list. And here's a test to test that. The test number 6. Let's see if this one will pass. And it passed. So this is basically how we do the ordering. We use order by descending, then by descending in reverse. We also mentioned the has value. Extension method has value. And that we can use reverse. How we use reverse. So that's ordering.